I injected someone with just air. I withdrew air and forgot to put drug inside. Then when I look at the shingles vaccine vial still filled with the drug, I had to call them back to inject them. Lord, I felt stupid after that. Phew, you must have thought. What a relief that no harm came to the patient. But what happens when a mistake is made? Today I would like to discuss the shameful practices of retail pharmacies in regards to the handling of vaccines and the consequences of those actions. So let us proceed. As we know, during the pandemic, major retailers such as the WAG, the Spark, and 3 Letters made a killing off the vaccines. Back in August 2021, Walgreens reported giving 29 million vaccines. CVS reported 59 million vaccines. This was a cash cow. Vaccines cost the companies $0, and they were charging the federal government uninsured or insured patients $25 to $40 for administration. Multiply that through 1 initial dose and 4 boosters, and we have a substantial amount of profit. In order to maximize these profits, they were scheduling vaccines every 5 minutes and told their pharmacy personnel that it was a glitch in the system. If you watch my previous video, you'll understand why this is a shameful practice. Employees were given no additional support staff to handle these vaccines due to corporate greed. More staff equals less money. So what happens when your workload has quadrupled? Your staff numbers stay the same. On top of the meager staff that was had, some were calling out from being affected by the virus, leaving these pharmacy personnel in a worse position. When you start taking shortcuts, this is what happens. A family of 4 was reportedly vaccinated against the virus by mistake on October 4th when they tried to get their annual flu shots at a Walgreens pharmacy in Evansville, Indiana. The parents claimed that shortly after, they and their 4 and 5-year-old children received what they thought was the flu vaccine. A pharmacist called to explain that they have all been given doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. According to the parents, both children are experiencing side effects and are under the care of a pediatric cardiologist due to signs of heart issues. Lucas started feeling sick before we even got home from Walgreens, Alexandra said. According to the article, they got a 3 times higher dose of a vaccine and is being tested in clinical trials. Walgreens spokesperson Chris Lathan released a statement to CNN saying that due to privacy laws, it could not comment on a specific event. Generally speaking, knowing that such instances are rare and Walgreens takes these matters very seriously, the statement said, in the event of any error, our first concern is always our patients' well-being. Our multi-step vaccination procedure includes several safety checks to minimize the chance of human error, and we have reviewed this process with our pharmacy staff in order to prevent such occurrences. Walgreens did not comment on how a vaccine mix-up could have occurred. The article claims that vaccines are triple-checked before administration. By who? Only 1 pharmacist on staff, 3 technicians, 1 at counter, 1 at the drive-thru, and 1 checking in the vaccinations. An absolute joke that anything is triple-checked. For the sake of time and vaccines every 5 minutes, where does that leave the personnel free for a triple check? It's unclear what went wrong in the case of the Indiana family. Oh please, we all know what happened. Gross negligence by these corporations. Absolutely wishful thinking. In a statement to WCVB, a CVS spokesperson said earlier this week at our pharmacy in Ipswich, a limited number of patients inadvertently received a 0.3 ml dose of COVID-19 vaccine instead of the correct dose of 0.5 ml. The spokesperson continues saying, we have contacted all affected patients to apologize for this incident and answer any questions they might have. We've reported it to the appropriate regulatory agencies and have taken the necessary steps to prevent this from occurring again.
No, they're not. They have not changed their practices. They do not care about you. They do not care about their employees. Even to this day, most recently, a clear indicator that these practices are not changing.
As a recent news article reported, a woman received the incorrect COVID-19 vaccine booster at Walgreens Pharmacy in Rutland, Vermont. The woman received the vaccine after making an appointment for the newest, most updated COVID booster. 2 days after her appointment, she received a call from the pharmacy informing her that they had mistakenly administered an older version of the booster. Pharmacy employee told her she was still protected from COVID, however, the booster would not protect her from the newest strain. Luckily, the woman did not suffer any medical issues from the mix-up. However, given the potential for a more dire mistake, she filed a complaint with Walgreens corporate offices. After doing so, she claims she received an indication that other people have also received the wrong vaccine, though Walgreens denies that it happened to anyone else at the Rutland location. Notably, the Vermont Office of Professional Regulation filed a complaint in June 2022 seeking to revoke or otherwise discipline the licenses of 32 Walgreens stores in the state, including the Rutland Pharmacy. In fact, in its complaint, the office reported that unsafe conditions at the pharmacies have increased the risk of prescription errors, vaccine administration mistakes, and the risk of harm to patients. Allegedly, Walgreens' vaccine scheduling site had allowed such high volume of appointments that staff could not keep up with the demand. According to the complaint, these issues resulted in the pharmacy's inability to safely administer vaccines. Vermont was actually one of the few states to stand up for these employees and protect the public from these shameful practices.
I can go on and on with stories about vaccine mishaps, and don't let me get started on the sterility of the vaccine preparation areas. But my takeaway message is this: do not trust these companies with immunization.
These workplace practices are hazardous. Until proper staffing is implemented, you are all at risk. I say this as a warning because most likely there will be another booster in the future. If you have loved ones, especially those immunocompromised or elderly, I would redirect them to a primary care or public health facility that's strictly immunized. Do not allow any more money to be pooled to reinforce these unsafe practices. Real change must be implemented and be made aware to the public. That is what will regain the public's trust. Next time you're at your local pharmacy and you see meager staffing levels, usual signs are long lines and delays in prescriptions, run. You are not safe, you are at risk. Thank you everyone. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. There will be a lot more to expose in the future. I am here to expose bad practice.